What's the buzz? This is Z-Beetle, and welcome to Galactic Swarm Squad. This is my point of view of the Score War, and I have quite a few challenges to show. We'll see how well I fare in this one, and we'll see if I can beat everyone else. There are 4 of us, so we'll see. We'll see. Starting this one off, we are going for the challenge 2, get 5 different weapon accolades. This is, of course, part of the best car challenge list, and I'm kinda glad that I actually stopped this challenge when I did, because poor Jester didn't, and he had to endure a visit from one of the competitors named Mirage. And he wasn't the friendliest, I'll guarantee that. I bet you'll notice that even though I and Jester both were absolutely giving this gun so much trouble, that it in fact was the one that gained me my very first kill in this round. It really doesn't do much to change my opinion of it, because I still chalk that down as luck. I know that the charged shotgun is super powerful. Where it falls short, however, is in the fact that practically everyone knows how to use it better than me, and whenever I usually try and get an elimination with it, it usually ends in my death. So yeah, that's why I hate the charge shotgun so much. I don't necessarily hate the pump shotgun at all. It's just the charge that I really can't stand. To me, it's about the worst weapon that they've ever come out with, to be honest with you. But that's just my biased opinion. Many of you like it. Not even a day in, and I'm already cheating with Team Rumble. In this one, I am going for the challenge 2, hide in snowmandos. This one's kind of unique in that it's one of the only times that I've actually found the snowmando as either ground loot or chest loot. In this case, chest loot. I go down into the main bit of the hotel after possibly scaring off a Thor. Then I grab a chest that I pay little attention to. Well, I guess at first, but then I go back and grab the SMG and the grenades that come out of it. Then I look through the snowmando challenges. Unfortunately, the set that I passed up was the Spies Within set, and unfortunately, you guys are not going to ever be able to see that, because I already put the Spies Within set on DVD before I got to this series, and they're already deleted, so sorry, you won't get to see me do that. But who knows, maybe Jester's run of Imposters mode recently is actually better than my runs in Spies Within. Because let me tell you something, I kept getting suspected in part of that, and you couldn't hardly hear anyone else. As it was, you couldn't really hear me because my mic audio was off. And that's a good reason why you can't really hear past me right now. I am actually doing post-game commentary roughly a year later. Or over a year later, even. But I grabbed the Snowmando, throw it on myself to get the challenge, and we're moving on. Later in the same round, I'm going for the challenge to grab a supply drop. This is probably the challenge that I was actually doing this for, because supply drops drop all over the place in Team Rumble. Like, you can look at the map and you just see so many boxes on the map. So many blue boxes showing you exactly where the supply drop is. And it doesn't matter the design of the supply drop at all. The design that shows up on the map is the blue box. So, when the Woolly Warrior shoots that down, I grab the stuff, or I open it, and then the noob in a tree decides to fire at us, so I kill them, like so. Thank you for your patience thus far, but this is the most exciting challenge of this Team Rumble round. This is to get 100 damage via lever action rifle, which happens to be a sniper rifle. A weapon with which I have very little success with. However, in this specific rifle's case, it quickly introduces itself as one of my favorite sniper rifles in the whole game. You'll soon see why here in a little bit, and I'll explain exactly why that is while I'm firing it. Anyway, let's go on ahead and watch this for a moment and see how quickly I come across it. Of course, I to some degree already know because, well, I've played this, but need I remind you that this took place over a year ago. And I've slept since then, so yeah. In this supply drop, I only get a rocket launcher. So really and truly, it wasn't all that useful to me. And even though my teammate technically shot at me for taking the supply drop, I protected him from being hit. Anyway, let's go on ahead and look into this. So the reason why I like the lever action rifle so much is because the magazine size is bigger than most snipers. So there we go. And now we go to one of the less interesting challenges on this list. This one is the challenge to chop down trees. There is one that is a little bit more exciting attached to it as well, but this one was the one that this was more notable for before I figured out that there was more to it. So yeah, let's go on ahead and get this up, because this is going to be important for the upcoming challenge. You have that to look forward to. Alrighty. So, after getting my shields full up, I decide to go on to try and take out an opponent, as that happens to be the challenge. Eliminations while at full health and shields. So, I'm just trying to figure out where my opponent is that I can do like that. I glide down to this river, and then, once I finally find my opponent, I start taking aim and fire upon them, getting the challenge. So there we go. That's that challenge done. now, I suppose it's time to move on to the next one. To be honest with you guys, I really hope that this is a certain part where I ride in a Stormwing. Because that was crazy. Like, the challenge is to cover some distance in a Stormwing and to shoot down some enemy structures with the same. So I managed to take out those guys that were in the Stormwing. Then we flip it over, and I and a few of my teammates go into it, and then if this is that particular one, then a lot of chaos ensues. So I basically just watch, look at my list of challenges, and it takes me a while to figure out that my teammates had abandoned the thing, either because I was on it or because it was taking a few shots and was low on health anyway. But not me. I needed the Stormwing distance challenge, which, while unmanned, this thing was given me. I mean, look at this thing. The way it's flying, even though there's nobody in it, it finally stalls out here. And it takes me a while to figure out that there's nobody in it. So I think I actually hit the ground before I realized that there's nobody in this thing. Oh man, but there we go. Yeah, I hit the ground before I ever realized that nobody else was in the Stormwing with me. So, I flip it over after the crash, get back into it, and then I start actually flying the thing. And I'm like, you guys suck, I'm gonna show you how it's really done. And then I start flying around on this thing, and actually getting some progress on the distance traveled by Stormwing. But that's not the only one, as I've mentioned before, as I also start shooting down enemy structures with it. So I believe that's what I'm doing now. And I believe that I no? Alright. So I'm going to say that it takes a while to complete the structure damage. Probably pretty much the amount of time that this clip has left to show. And I decide to boost away despite the risk and the... Alright, so the risk is you burn more gas if you boost away in the Stormwing. So even though you're avoiding a spray of bullets, it comes at a cost. It means that you're spending a lot less time in the air. And I believe it was that exact ramp, that exact bridge, that gets me the challenge to shoot down enemy structures at the end. So I just keep wailing on the thing, and eventually I complete the challenge. I am just trying my level best to get that challenge done as quickly as possible. I'm even going as far as to try and shoot down my own allies' structures, thinking they were enemies. And then I got back to doing enemy structures, only for my thing to run out of gas because I was boosting way too much. But there we go. That is progress, at least, on 2 of the challenges for the Stormwing. In what is to be the semi-final round of this episode, my challenge is to catch a snowy flopper. As you can see, I am back to doing solo rounds, as my opinion on Team Rumble, on that it's a great grinding mode, that has dampened over the years, because I have noticed that I have gotten more experience lately from Imposters mode than I have from most any other source. The main exceptions are the challenges that grant you more than the Imposters mode is capable of. So yeah, there we go. Okay, I caught a regular flopper just then. And then I caught whatever that happened to be, a rift fish. At first I didn't really get a good look at it, but then I saw that the name was pretty short. And then, just as this joker was going after me, I managed to finally catch a snowy flopper. So afterwards I go back and grab the snowy flopper. Then I eat it to see what it would do, and yeah, it did that to me. Not exactly the best thing, like, maybe for slopes, probably. But when it came to the after effects, okay, let me rephrase that. When you're going down a slope, it's actually pretty good. But when you're going up a slope, that's when you have your problems, because when your feet are icy like that, you don't have the traction to get up. Even the mildest slopes become a pretty well insurmountable challenge to you. You would have to get some serious momentum in order to be able to get up those slopes. Then I take that guy down via shotgun, and at this point the round's about to end, or this clip rather. Unfortunately, this is the last round that I'll be able to show you for today, because thanks to Jester, I now know that there is a limit on the number of track 2s that you can put in, at a grand total of 10. But if he hadn't have discovered that limit, I would have probably made the same mistake, and probably I and he would learn all the same that there are only 10 track 2s allowed at a time on any one project in Share Factory, which is what I'm editing this on, due to the fact that I didn't have any live commentary whatsoever in the whole thing. So I danced near this holiday tree, as that is one of the challenges that I'm going for right now. I do have one more to do after the fact, and I am taking this opportunity to grab the chests at Retail Row, which just so happened to be another challenge that I'm doing in this one. But I only get progress in that challenge, as well as the other 2, The only reason I didn't list it is because of how little space I had in my notes. Like, there's only so much that you could put on a single piece of paper. I would have to write so tiny that you would need a microscope, or rather, a magnifying glass, in order to see anything. If I wanted to get all that on there. So yeah, I mean, I guess I could have did the whole enter thing, but oh well. As I mentioned before, due to the amount of track 2s that I can place at about 10, that's gonna be it for this video. So join me in the next one when I deal damage from above, loot retail row, destroy nutcracker statues, hide in a snowmando, destroy enemy structures, hide in a snowmando again, rare plus eliminations, and get some outpost chests. In the meantime though, thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Until then, adios amigos.